Hi, my name's Christy, and I am from the Cumberland County Farm Bureau with the Ag in the Classroom program, and this is our lesson on pork for this month. Now, I'm going to apologize early on because pork, we get a lot of great things from pork. Pork chops, bacon, ham, sausage, all sorts of great stuff. And some of these pictures might make you hungry. If you have your Ag Mag in front of you, you'll see your pork diagram. There's all sorts of different cuts, and this shows you kind of where they come from on a pig. And before you move on from that slide, let's just take your marker or your pen, pencil, crown, whatever you've got handy. Why don't you circle your favorite one? If you look at my Ag Mag, I have a circle. It goes over all of them. They're just so good. Okay, so our next slide, pork and our diet. So a long time ago, pork was not the most healthiest meat. It was kind of fatty. But now, thanks to our modern technologies that we use and nutritionists, work with veterinarians, we have some of the leanest bacon, ham, sausage, and other pork products as possible. By the numbers here in Illinois, we ranked 4th in the U.S. for the number of pigs raised. And then that's nearly 2 billion pounds of pork each year that Illinois raises. And if you break that down into pork chops, it's 6 billion pork chops. So there's a lot of pork in this state. Here's our farmer talk. Another word for pigs is swine. So if you're talking about swine, pigs, it's the same thing. If you are talking about a father pig, that would be a boar. And a mother giving birth, that is a sow. If you're talking about a male that's not used for breeding, that's a burro, and a female pig that has not given birth yet, that's a gilt. In this photo, this cute little fella is a baby pig, and we call that a piglet. Now, many piglets born at the same time is something we call a litter, and a litter can contain 8 to 12 piglets on average, but can have a lot more and can have less. Farrow to finish. This is where our pigs are born, live their life on the farm, and grow before they go to market. On this farm, there are 3 sections: the farrowing barn, which is A, the nursery, which is B, and the finishing barns, which are C. And they're spread out a little bit in this farm. So at first, they start at A, which is where the sows are, and that's where they give birth to their young. And then after the piglets are weaned, it can be 3 to 4 weeks and even up to 6 weeks. It just depends on the farm and the farmer. Then they will go to the nursery. So they'll move from the small barn to the medium barns. And in this farm, it's all the way on the other side. So this is where they get bigger. They start on a healthy diet, and they are there until they're about 50 or 60 pounds, depending on the farmer and the farm. Then they will move to the finishing barns, and then you can see those barns are in the middle of the picture, and they're a lot larger, and there's 3 of them. This is because the pigs are getting bigger, and so they need more space. And in this farm, they feed them out till about 280 pounds. Some places a little less, and sometimes a lot more, before they send them out to a meat market. Pigs and their diet. So here in Illinois and Iowa, we have a lot of pigs, and to feed those pigs, we grow food for them. So not only are we some of the top states for producing pigs, we are some of the top states for producing corn and soybeans. Those are huge ingredients in pigs' diets. Okay, this is pretty cool. So the first pigs came to America aboard the ships of Christopher Columbus, except the first real population of pigs in America did not result until a later explorer came, and his name was Hernando de Soto. De Soto brought a herd of about 13 pigs across the ocean from Spain. It was said that when De Soto introduced pork to the Native Americans, they enjoyed it so much they attacked De Soto's men in order to gain this prized meat. At the same time, some of De Soto's pigs ran into the wild and became the first wild pigs, or what we call today razorbacks. Now that they roam in the southern United States, we also call them feral pigs. Feral means wild. And some of you might recognize this image, Uncle Sam. During the War of 1812, a New York pork packer named Uncle Sam Wilson shipped a boatload of several hundred barrels of pork to the U.S. troops. Each barrel was stamped U.S. on the docks, and it was quickly said that the U.S. stood for Uncle Sam, whose large shipment seemed to be enough to feed the entire army. So this is how Uncle Sam came to represent the U.S. government. In this next slide, you're going to recognize some of these products. They all have ingredients that come from pigs. So not only do we get our pork chops and bacon from pigs, we also get many byproducts. And so they're used for processing of other foods that we eat, like these marshmallows, Spam, Jell-O, ice cream, and even gummy worms. We also get non-food items that contain byproducts of pork as well. Some of those are even medicine or paintbrushes and even tambourine heads used for instruments. And here also is a picture of the Spam Museum. And yes, they have a Spam Museum. And we want to give a big shout out to Illinois pork producers and a big thank you for all of the goodies that they sent for you guys to enjoy in your Ag in the Bag this month.